Obviously, new blood coming in at Manchester City now, Mark. We've seen that Omar Marmoush has signed for them. We knew that was going to happen. What's he going to bring this City? Is he going to solve some of their problems?
Well, it helps Haaland. You know, he might make it a little bit easier for Haaland to get more goals. And, you know, I kind of said I think most of his goals came at the start of the season, so he has dried up a little bit. But I think he does what Julian Alvarez did. I think he just kind of gives City a different option. Takes a marker away from Haaland, maybe. Just something that they haven't had. They've been very over-reliant on Haaland this year because they were very thin up front, but obviously stayed fit. I think he's played every game, nearly every minute of the game. So he's really run his race this year, Haaland. He needs a rest, he needs a break, and Marmoush gives him that. Just give him the chance to vary the tactics, take the heat off Haaland a little bit. We don't know if he's going to be the guy that they, you know, maybe he won't be as good as Alvarez, but he's done well in the Bundesliga this season, so... But it may be a gamble at £60 million, but he's been brought in to score some goals and take the pressure off Haaland.
Can he help rescue the season, LA?
Somebody's got to get him the ball.
Well, yes, I think he can help him, but there's got to be an adjustment here from Pep Guardiola and the willingness to have a player in Marmoush that is actually playing around Erling Haaland, that is a second striker, if you will, that they can play off of each other. But whenever the chances came, he was putting those chances away in all sorts of different facets. It's not just a guy that gives you one type of goal. There is variety to the sort of goals that he's been able to score. All of that, I think, would help Manchester City. And more importantly, I think it would help Erling Haaland if they're able to play off of each other. But that's a decision that Pep Guardiola is going to have to make. Can I play with two strikers? Well, why not? Why not? Everything else that, whatever is it that you've tried, it hasn't quite worked. You keep sticking to the things that you've done in the past. That hasn't worked. If you bring this guy in, then allow him to play around Erling Haaland. I think both of them become better because of it.
Another player you mentioned, Mark, when we've been talking about players on their way out, is Kyle Walker signing for Milan. Is this the right time to let Kyle Walker leave? Is his absence going to be felt in this side?
Well, Pep made it clear that Walker wanted to go and he was not standing in his way. So I think Kyle Walker's had a difficult season. I think he's lost a bit of pace this year and he's struggled. So I think it probably is the right time to let him go. And it's an interesting deal because the deal is a loan deal with an option to buy. So Milan don't have to sign him, which is nowadays it's usually an obligation to buy. So Kyle Walker could be back at the Etihad in the summer because if he doesn't perform for Milan, then they'll send him back. So it's an interesting one, but yeah, Walker's not the player he was, and I think City decided that if you don't want to be there, just cut your losses and let him move.
Well, he's not the player that he was, but he's better than Mateus Nunes playing right back, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing to be nice and let somebody go, but there's another thing, particularly when you're in the middle of what you're going through now at City, to make it harder for yourself. That makes no sense to me. Why they let that happen right now, I'm befuddled. I don't get it.